Since George Washington took the oath of office on 30 April 1789, 46 men have served as President of the United States. Historians, political scientists, and educators have ranked them in dozens of formal surveys conducted over the past 80 years, most famously the C-SPAN Presidential Historians Survey and the Siena College Research Institute ranking. Across all of those polls, the same handful of names consistently appears at the very top. 4 of them are on Mount Rushmore. One led the country through the largest economic depression in its history. These are the 5 greatest U.S. presidents in American history by historian consensus. At number 5 is Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States, who served from 1901 to 1909. Roosevelt became president at age 42, the youngest in American history, after President William McKinley was assassinated. As president, Roosevelt established the United States National Park System and ultimately protected over 230 million acres of public land as national parks, forests, and monuments, more than any other president before or since. He was the trust buster who took on the largest corporations in America, breaking up monopolies in oil, railroads, and tobacco. He won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1906, becoming the first American to win the prize for mediating the end of the Russo-Japanese War. He sent the Great White Fleet around the world to demonstrate American naval power and pushed forward construction of the Panama Canal. Roosevelt's larger-than-life personality, boxer, hunter, naturalist, author of 35 books, turned the presidency into a modern celebrity institution. His face is carved into Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, alongside Washington, Jefferson, and Lincoln. Number 4 is Thomas Jefferson, the 3rd President of the United States, who served from 1801 to 1809. Before becoming president, Jefferson was the principal author of the Declaration of Independence in 1776, a document whose phrasing about all men being created equal and possessing unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness has shaped political thought worldwide for nearly 250 years. As president, Jefferson completed the Louisiana Purchase in 1803, buying 828,000 square miles of land from Napoleonic France for $11 million/$15 million, instantly doubling the territorial size of the United States and securing American control over the Mississippi River. He sent the Lewis and Clark expedition to explore the new territory. He founded the United States Military Academy at West Point. He was a slaveholder his entire adult life, fathering 6 children with the enslaved Sally Hemings, a profound contradiction with his stated ideals that modern historians weigh in their judgment of his legacy. Jefferson is on Mount Rushmore and is universally ranked as one of the most consequential intellectual figures in American history. Number 3 is Franklin Delano Roosevelt, universally known as FDR, the 32nd President of the United States. FDR is the only president in American history elected to 4 consecutive terms, serving from March 1933 until his death in April 1945. The 22nd Amendment, passed after his death, made it constitutionally impossible for any future president to repeat that achievement. FDR led the United States through the 2 greatest crises in its modern history. He took office at the depths of the Great Depression, with unemployment at 25% and the banking system collapsing, and immediately launched the New Deal, a sweeping program of public works, banking reform, Social Security, the FDIC, and labor protections that fundamentally transformed the American economy and the relationship between citizens and the federal government. He then led the United States through the Second World War, directing the largest military mobilization in human history, and shaping the post-war international order with the Atlantic Charter and the United Nations. FDR had been paralyzed from the waist down by polio since 1921, but kept the extent of his disability hidden from the public throughout his presidency. He died of a stroke at age 63 in Warm Springs, Georgia, just weeks before Germany's surrender. Number 2 is George Washington, the 1st President of the United States, who served from 1789 to 1797. Before becoming president, Washington commanded the Continental Army during the American Revolutionary War, holding together a poorly supplied force for 8 years against the most powerful military on earth, and ultimately winning at Yorktown in 1781. After the war, in an act that astonished European observers, he resigned his military commission and returned to his farm at Mount Vernon, refusing the offer of becoming king. As the very first president of the new United States, every single act Washington took created a precedent. He chose to be addressed as Mr. President rather than Your Excellency. He selected the first cabinet of advisors. He established the principle of civilian control over the military. And most consequentially, he voluntarily stepped down after 2 terms, refusing to seek a third, establishing a peaceful transfer of power that became the unbroken tradition of American democracy for the next 144 years, until Franklin Roosevelt finally broke it. Washington is the only U.S. president to receive 100% of the Electoral College vote, twice. He is the only president without a political party. His face is the largest carved on Mount Rushmore and printed on the U.S. $1 bill. He is, justifiably, called the father of his country. And at number 1, the greatest U.S. president in American history, by overwhelming consensus across every major historian survey ever conducted, is Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Lincoln took office in March 1861, with the country splitting apart over slavery. 7 southern states had already seceded by the time he was sworn in. 6 weeks later, the Civil War began. Lincoln preserved the Union over 4 years of devastating military conflict, the bloodiest war in American history, that killed an estimated 750,000 soldiers. In the middle of that war, on 1 January 1863, he issued the Emancipation Proclamation, declaring all enslaved people in Confederate states to be free. By the war's end and the passage of the 13th Amendment, approximately 4 million enslaved African Americans had been legally freed. Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, delivered in November 1863 in just 272 words, is widely considered the single greatest political speech in the history of the English language. Lincoln was assassinated on 14 April 1865 by John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater in Washington, just 5 days after the surrender at Appomattox Courthouse. He was 56 years old. Lincoln's face is on Mount Rushmore, the penny, and the $5 bill. He is, by historian consensus, the greatest American who ever served as president. From Theodore Roosevelt at number 5 to Abraham Lincoln at the very top, these are the 5 greatest presidents in the 250-year history of the United States. 4 of them are on Mount Rushmore. With U.S. Independence Day tomorrow, who would you put at number 1? Tell us in the comments and subscribe for more rankings.